You know who it is. It is your favorite girl, Faytay, checking in from the Rehab Radio Show on homegrownradio.net. We are here live at the second annual Men in Music event presented by my homegirl, Nina Zeus. It is all about the men today, guys. We got live performances, 2 dope ciphers, and you know the panelist is going to be dropping some gems. Keep it locked and stay tuned. It's your favorite girl, Faytay, checking in from the Rehab Radio Show on homegrownradio.net.
Y'all can be anywhere in the city, turn it up, but y'all here, so I want to thank you all for being here. Give it up right now for my homegirl, Chrissy.
People to network with and build a team with are the people around you. So your people that are right next to you or in the same struggle or the same grind, those are the people you should be looking forward to. Like, yo, let me build a team with this person. Let me build a team. You look at what Homegrown Radio's doing. You look at what it's not a coincidence why YG, Dom Kennedy, Casey, that all these niggas got on at the same time. They was homies.
The state right now is freedom. It's just really open to do what you want to do or figure out like what's going on or how to just create your own lane or your own avenues. I think at a certain point it was limited or it was kind of like blocked off or it wasn't encouraged. And now it's just more so encouraged as far as like whatever you're about, whatever you believe in, it's open for you to figure out how to take it, bring it in and package it so your people can be a part of it and just more ways for them to connect with you.
The question is, who are we instead of what hip-hop is, because we are the culture, right? So we have to look in the mirror and ask each other or ask ourselves, what are we doing? If we're doing the right thing, if we're saying the right words, then hip-hop is going in the right direction, right? Instead of going on Instagram and Twitter and thinking what we see is hip-hop, but it's more about who we are, what's happening in our community, in my words.
I think what J. Cole said on his album, this last album, he really addressed it. You know, he really addressed the state of hip-hop, and he's like, you know, I want to see everybody win and get paid, but just know what you're a part of, and you know, and there is a culture, and there's people that came, you know, before you, so you have to protect that.
You know, it used to be a time where you look at an artist and you're like, oh man, you're an artist, that's nice, bro. Sorry for you, man. Know how you gonna eat tonight, you know? But now we have like so many platforms, and the internet has kicked the door down, so we can really, really turn up as artists. Not even just visual artists, performer, whatever type of your art that you do. You have the world to give it to.
The biggest misconception from a manager standpoint, in my opinion, is a lot of artists have the misconception that their managers are supposed to do everything for their career. And that's really not the case, you know what I mean? Technically, the manager is supposed to take the incoming business that's coming in from the artist's career and put it together and obviously put a strategy behind that and put the stuff out. Now, the new age, I feel like artists like, hey, like get my song out, find me a booking agent, find me every component, even the graphic design, even the shit, book me studio time, you know? Like, that's technically not a manager's job. Like, the manager's there to help facilitate the artist and take their career to the next level, not like facilitate like every other facet. And outside of that, the biggest misconception as a manager is like, managers can get fired like every single day. You can put all your time and effort and money into an artist and they can leave you next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had the best moment in my career and the worst moment in my career within a month span. Got the biggest check and got fired. So it's like, it's a crazy situation.
Another misconception is that the people that the niggas that you say are on, it's a misconception that they're on. Like, just because you going on tour, just because you doing, like, they're not as on as you think they are. And if anybody has rode in a plane before, they say, like on the safety, what they tell you, they say buckle your safety thing up before you help somebody else. Like, somebody cannot help you grow until they're at the spot that they can step it down and help you grow. So, I mean, the biggest thing is like, just stop taking shit so personal. It's a misconception that people are as on as they think they are, and you also have to understand that the help will come when you put in the work. When you put in the work and put your faith in and your hard work in and whatnot, it will come when it's supposed to come, but it is not a personal thing whatsoever. Like, people are not out here to get you. They just trying to buckle up their safety thing first. So
it's not just one thing. All the stuff that you did in college or high school, whether it be math or accounting or business or marketing or actually working on your craft as a musician, you need to be well-rounded more now than ever before. And as you work and hone those skills, your time is coming. You know what I mean? There will be, I can guarantee. Kevin Hart told me this one time when we came to Chicago. I had restarted my life and he was on tour. And I talked to him backstage. I'm like, yo, Kevin, just take me with you, fam. I'm funny as hell, bro. I can be one of the Plastic Cup Boys. And he was like, Coach, you're too talented, bro. Stay at it. And I guarantee you there will be a time in your life where you can't miss. You won't miss. And I'm glad I stayed in my lane and stayed faithful because, you know, he always answers prayer.
Think of a car battery. If you plug one of those plugs up to the positive and leave the negative off, the car won't start. If you plug it up to the negative and leave it off the positive, the car won't start. Sometimes there's going to be negative moments and there's going to be positive moments, but you need that to produce power so you can keep driving.
Talk to her.
I got one of my favorite artists, Maze, who just killed the stage. So how does it feel to actually perform at an event like this? How important is it?
It was a dream come true. That's the way I feel like I was meant to perform with a band. And I feel like that's the way I want to make music for the rest of my life. Live music, real music.
Right.
So it was awesome.
How important is this type of event for the culture?
I think it's very important. I actually am looking forward to one day being able to do the same things. I look to them to be the guy that I try to be to other people.
Right.
What can you teach me? What can you show me? How can you make this road easier?
Right.
Because this is not easy for anybody.
Right.
You know, so I really appreciated this.
It's a necessity. Actually, one of my good friends, Tank, another host on Man Cave, got married today.
Wow.
And I'd already committed to men in music, so I'm on my way to the reception right now.
You need to get out of here. That just shows your commitment.
That lets you know how important and dedicated I am to sharing the knowledge. You know, they can understand I got him a really nice present.
Pros and cons of being in the business. The pros is there's a whole lot of money to make. It's a whole lot. If you can figure it out, if you can break through, then you can make a substantial amount of income in it.
Right.
The cons is it's a whole bunch of BS, a whole bunch of liars, a whole bunch of cheaters, stealers. It's a whole bunch of crooked people.
Right.
Crooked everything. Lawyers, managers, whatever labels. Right. And you got to be able to withstand all of the storm and filter through all of that and just keep going. And if you can make it, you can make yourself a decent living. So those are the biggest pros and cons. Salute to all the powerful, like yourself, women in the business, black women who putting together events and things like this. I'm in support of anything that's black, but I'm also in more support of anything that's black woman, black goddess. You know what I mean? It's all about empowering our queens.
I love that.
And supporting things that they do. It means so much to me to be reached out to even be a part of this. But I just want to offer whatever I can to promote black business, and not only just black business, but black women in business.
It feels like the timing is right. Like I came to the first minute music. I was just there soaking up game and whatnot, and being able to collect the W's and whatnot over the last year. It's really just a blessing. Like, I feel good to be able to give some of that back. So I'm hoping to be able to, speak today and somebody hear it the same way that I heard last year, and take up a little bit of game, and then hopefully it creates W's for everybody else. It's not about how many years you put in. It's about doing it the right way. So somebody might be doing music for 10 years. They might have did it only the right way for 3 years, and that's why they pop. You know what I mean? And so it feels like you've been doing it for 10 years. So I just tell people, be consistent and invest in yourself. You know what I mean? If you do that for a certain span, the way social media is right now, like anybody can make it, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of investment, a lot of sacrifice.
So how important is this for the culture, this type of event?
Well, an event like this is really important for the culture, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I feel like LA needs it at least several times a year, just so people can be reminded, like every day, like, yo, there's a movement out here. There's people that are really learning and want to get real education on the music industry, how to be successful, and outside of that, just personal stuff too. Like, the more fellowship and networking that we can do is always beneficial.
How important is that to talk about the current state of hip hop right now and today?
Oh man, it's very important. I feel blessed to even be in the conversation with you because I think it's in a good spot. I came out to LA. I never worked at a label. Jack and I met on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't know that.
That's crazy.
I just had to learn as I went. But one thing that I am I take super seriously is the culture and making sure it's in a good place. So for people to pass it along and talk about it is very important.
To have something like this in a community where a lot of greats come from and be able to come back to where I grew up and talk about music and share it with people who I've never met. This is like the pulse of what hip hop is about. Like people coming together, producers, artists, and just like sharing knowledge from the past. And people as black people need to do this more often in every community. So like this is a very, very pivotal moment, and I think it's like it's going in the right direction. Because we got someone like you, myself, Wes, Chrissy, everybody coming together and pushing the needle forward. I think it's very, very beautiful.
I have the woman of the hour standing right next to me, Miss Chrissy B. I want to say I salute you. I want to congratulate you. I've been at the first, the second.
Yes,
I am honored. I've been there. I am so honored to be here and be in this room with you while you continue to just keep creating. So I really want to ask you, what is your inspiration and motivation to continue to do this?
It's really creating a platform that I feel that people that we look up to that are right here in our city that I feel like need a voice. Simple as that. We have so many people that have paved the way, that have done so much for our city, and I just really want them to have a voice to speak, to really talk about the ups and downs of what it takes to surviving in the music entertainment industry. So as simple as that, I just feel like I want to be able to support the people that are right here. You know what I mean? That are right here, and put them on a pedestal. You know what I mean? Let them know like we see you.